get an insider's view of what it takes to set up to do a stream today. So the first thing I typically do is I need to change games because we've been playing this one for a while. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here on my iPad and I'm going to fire up my external speaker for sound. Make sure it pairs okay. Once we check that it pairs. All right, now we're going to go in and we are going to go to my stream and we're going to see where we're at and we're going to do a sound check. Test 1, 2. All right, now we're going to go in and we are going to go to my stream. See? Just checking it out. Got volume. And we're going to see where we're at. And we're going to do a sound check. Test 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to close that out. So now I've got that set up for sound. Now I'm going to switch games. So you're going to see some screens going in and out. We were playing Genie the other day. I'm going to move some stuff around. So first thing I'm going to do is I need to move this camera out of the way because I got all my streaming gear on this side, up above the camera and the back box camera. But we're going to move over to Jurassic Park. So that's interesting because we got direct capture on that. So we got a couple extra steps. First thing we're going to do is I am going to remove the Penn Stadium lights so I don't get those cords tucked up. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to unplug it, my Extreme Penn Stadium lights, so you guys get better views of the game. Bear with me for just a second. Had to do a little bit of modification to do Genie because it was a wide body. So I had to re-secure my Penn Stadiums with some tape. Okay. So we're not going to have to do that on Jurassic Park. So first thing we do, take off our nice Extreme Penn Stadiums, which have a magnet down one side, so they clamp on each side. So we're going to pull those off and out of the way so we don't damage those. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my chat window here. So I've got an external screen you can't see right now. Maybe we'll move over and I'll show you in a second. Actually, I will in just a second. So what I did was, see if you can see this. So over here is my stream setup. Okay, got my microphone into my laptop on a stand. Got all the things connected, and I added an external monitor. So on my external monitor here, I've got my chat. So I can see my live gameplay here. Over here, I can see my chat, and I can also view what you guys see right here. So I've got multiple angles of I can see the chat. I can also see the chat. I can see people that followed me, sub me, raid me easy. And then down here I got a second chat and a live view of what's going on right now. Okay? So the next thing we need to do, I'm gonna move this around and show you. Next thing we're gonna do is here's my player cam right here, which is on the left side of the machine. So we're gonna shut this down and you'll see on the screen you're gonna lose that view for a minute, okay? So I'm gonna unplug him. It's gonna go blank, drop that cord down. I'm gonna unplug the power and drop that down, and then I'm gonna pull this camera completely out. Okay? So now that camera is completely out, I'm gonna pull the Penn Stadium cords and the power cord and the connection cord for the camera out from under the game to the right. So everything will be on the right, the game will be open to the left. So give me just a second. Okay. So now that that's pulled out, we're going to take the gain out. I've got it on carpet slider. So we're just gonna pull the whole game out. Instead of rolling the rig and moving all the cameras and unconnecting everything, I disconnect one camera and the Penn Stadiums, and we're just gonna slide Genie right out of here. Very carefully. Watch the cameras. Make sure I slide over and miss the stand brackets, and we're just gonna slide her out until we can get behind her. And then we're gonna unplug her and move it out of the way. Okay, now that she's all unplugged, I'm just gonna slide her, the carpet sliders, out of the way. And if I needed to, I would pull the next game over, which I've got 2 here, and then back there by that curtain, there's 4 more over there. Soon to be another new game. So what we're gonna do is I've already got Jurassic Park pretty close, but we wanna prep him a little bit because I can't pan this down all the way. What you can't see is underneath the game, we've got our direct capture line. So for Jurassic Park and the modern games, I've got my HDMI coming out of the bottom of the game, so I can pump that right into the computer and I don't have to have a camera to shoot the back box, which gets me a clearer shot and more view. So gonna make sure we got that pulled out. And this one's pretty convenient because since it's right next to it, we're just gonna slide them on over. Bring it on down, Annabelle. So I got all the power cords and all the additional cords run behind the legs. So if I slide everything, I don't catch up on the cords that drag everything across. Okay? So we're gonna slide him over into place. Genie's a girl. Jurassic Park's a boy, obviously. Okay, now, before I slide Genie back over into the backup spot, I'm gonna go underneath and I'm gonna pull the cables for the direct camera back in position. Okay, so got my power for my Xtremes pulled over. And now I'm going to pull the power cord and the cord that goes to the camera for display, and then I'm going to take my direct capture and run it up over by where everything else is going to be at. Okay, so now I'm going to retake a Genie plug here. We're going to replug in Genie. And now we're going to slide her back into place. She is not light. And there she is. Now, you're probably asking, is all that worth it? Why don't you just buy a rolling rig? Well, the problem with the rolling rig is I still got cables everywhere. I don't want to go wireless and run on batteries. I just don't. I've got everything set up here to the right. So just swapping that avoids me unhooking a bunch of cables and doing a bunch of things. So that's what we're going to roll with. So now the challenge is going to begin. We're going to power up Jurassic Park. While that's powering up, we're going to get our Penn Stadium set. So we're going to come back in and we're going to put our Penn Stadiums back up. So I always do the right side first. Get that magnet on there. And then I come on this side, put this guy on. Make sure the cord is not in the playfield area. Okay. Now I'm going to slide. I'm going to slide these other games. I'm just going to push them, at about a 30-degree angle. So I got some more rooms in here. So now I'm going to come in. This is all the stuff I do before the stream even starts. Every time when I switch games. So we're going to get our Penn Stadiums plugged in. Okay, and now let's go ahead and get the other camera in so you can see me, okay? So now we got our Penn Stadiums in. Now we're going to go back and we're going to pull our player cam back in. So I'm going to bring it over here to the side. We're going to put it in place where it's in front of the game, but not blocking the view of the upper camera, but close to the game to get a good player shot down the road. First thing we're going to do is we're going to plug in our power. So we're going to plug our power back in, which is just powered by USB. It would have been nice if you could have powered the USB and run it over, but you can't. So to hook up the camera, we've got a mini HDMI to a full HDMI over to the capture card, which takes it into the computer. Okay. So now this is tricky sometimes. This one is always stubborn to find the hole. That's what she said. And I probably need to switch this up so it's easier. But you know what? You just fight it and you get it. And it's going to be stubborn. Okay. I'm getting a workout. Just getting started. And it also helps if you put it in the right direction and put the big end towards the big end and the little end towards the little end. It probably fits in there better. Okay, it's in. Let's see if it pops up. Sometimes it'll catch it right away. Sometimes it won't. It did not. So I need to close this lens off, which I should have done before I plugged that in. Oh, let me see if I can make it come on. Stubborn computer. Stubborn camera. All right, well, let's close her up. Power back up. Sometimes they're quirky. It's streaming ain't easy. All right, so now we got to go through our settings here, make sure we're live. And once we got a picture, it should pop up over there. Did it pop up over there? Did you see me now? Can't see me? Okay. So now, next step. Next step in this process. All right, we got our camera, got our game laid out. Looks like I'm good. Sometimes I don't get that right, I got to adjust it. Now I'm going to bring this up a little bit higher with the stand. Make sure I'm squared off. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to slide our other games back over. That way, if the kids or me want to play any other games, we're set up. We've got the stream running and everything. Next step. What's our next step? Okay, our next step is going to be put on Penn Stadiums. So I go over to my Wi-Fi and I select the Wi-Fi signal to the Penn Stadiums, and we let that connect. And then once we get that connected, we go on our Penn Stadium app and we can come on once it connects. And sometimes this is finicky. It did, it switched me back to my normal Wi-Fi. So I gotta switch back over. Sometimes it takes a couple times to connect into it. Okay, now we're connected. We're gonna go to our Penn Stadium app. Gonna pull down and say search for Penn Stadiums. It found it. And we're gonna turn it on. So that gives us good playfield brightness so you can see the whole playfield really good. I like to run about 25% on the brightness. Sometimes that's a little bit. We're gonna go down to 20%. Depending on the game, you line up the brightness. And so, again, you wanna see what this looks like. I'm gonna turn them off. Okay, so there's the playfield. Just normal background GI lightings. If I put the Penn Stadiums on, look how much that brightens up the playfield. It also brightens up me. The biggest thing for these is the house is not too bad from a view standpoint, from a lighting standpoint, but when I travel places, it'll be better. So this is kind of fun having you with me here watching us set this up. So we've changed the games. We've got most of our cameras backed in, but you know what? I like a good presentation. So I'm gonna clean my glass off, clean my back screen off, clean all the things off. Probably should spray the Windex on the rag and then go, but yeah, whatever. So I got a cat, get some cat hair, get some dust. Really need to get some dust covers. And we're gonna clean that glass off nice and clean for you. Come around the outsides one more time to get all that out. So you've got a beautiful playfield to look at while I'm streaming. You've already got the beautiful picture of me. Now you've got a beautiful back glass and screen. So now we've got one other thing here that we're gonna do. So this display is set up for my general display. So what I'm gonna try to do, without messing it up, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off these images, because this is designed, this box that I'm in right here is designed for the back playfield. I am going to kill this camera here because I don't need it anymore because we're going to try to do direct capture. So we're going to pull that out and take that out of the loop. And now I need to hook up the direct capture and see if it works. So this is not on right now. So we need to hook up our other capture card here and hope for the best. This is why you don't do this live normally. We're going to hook up our capture card and we're going to plug in our direct capture, which for a minute scared me. My screen went black on the back. So now we've got to come here and unlock this camera, and we're going to change the properties of it because it is frozen right now. And we are going to change it over to hopefully the right USB capture. Then we have a nice, beautiful direct capture. So we're going to shrink this guy up. And we're going to bring him down and fit him in a spot. It's going to be pretty. Thank you for Joel on just another pinball podcast and just another stream. Help me get this all out nicely. So we're going to try to, it's finicky sometimes to size it, so bear with me. Okay, that's pretty close. But then what we're going to do is we're going to change our background setting. So our background is what goes around everything. So I'm going to come in here and change that image file. We're going to browse on our browser here, and we are going to need to find Joel's nice layout. So where is it? Streaming, layouts, and we are doing Jurassic Park. No, this is not what we want. See, I should have looked this up beforehand. Where is Joel's nice background images? Where did I put those? Top row, Iron Maiden, Jurassic Park. So we're going to pick that. And now we're going to come up here, and he's already pre-done that. So images are gone. We don't need our player text anymore because he's got me permanently up in there. Let's see, game. I can turn off the game because we've got Jurassic Park. Now we can come in here and we can change this. And what we are going to do is we're going to go, let's call this general gameplay and chat challenges. Okay, so that's our objective for today. We don't want blue, do we? No. This is Jurassic Park. We're gonna go with a green. Yeah, we'll go with that. So how are we doing so far? What do you think? 4 people online, kind of interesting, huh? All right, so the viewer's on. We got our direct capture on. We've got our background set. We've got our objective set. Now we need to fine tune our upper playfield camera to maximize our view. So first thing we want to do is bring it in to where it is centered and try to square it up here. That's not too bad. Now, I need to lock some of this stuff back in place real quick so I don't mess it up later. Okay. So now I gotta come in here and I'm gonna edit the playfield. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze this in as much as I can. Okay. We're gonna squeeze this down. We're still a little crooked. It's good, best to do this before you start editing because then you gotta re-edit if you don't get it right the first time. We're gonna call that pretty good. So again, we can see everything over here. I like to take my finger and go over, and you can't see all of the shooter lane, so I need to expand that a little bit. Looks like we're pretty good now. Okay, and we come across, and we're back to our other pin stadiums. That looks pretty good right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to blow this up, we're gonna shrink the length of it, and we're gonna blow this up as big as we can blow it up to have it fit in here, and then we'll adjust from there. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the width in there, and then I am going to shrink up the height just enough so you can see the ball save extra ball light, and put that in there, and then we're going to shrink up the top, and then we just want to make sure we can see everything. I think we can see the orbit, we can see all three pops, and that fits pretty good. And so we come off of that, and there we go. We're ready to play. So now, that was just all the game prep. Moving the game, setting up the game, setting up the direct capture, setting up the cameras. Check, got my camera, got my microphone. I'm gonna take a microphone down so it's close. I'm gonna check the volume of the game. We're gonna start with 13, 14. That may be a little loud. We'll go from there. Okay.
I have no phone on me.
Okay, cool. Got direct capture. We got playfield capture. We got top rope pinball player capture. We've got our microphone. We've got our chat. We've got our feed. We've got our live feed. We've got our direct feed. We are good to go, aren't we? No, we're not. Because this is top rope pinball, and we just don't hook up stuff and start playing games. Now we've got to get the wrestler gear ready, okay? So I'm going to go into my attic. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my chair. I like my chair. I don't sit in the chair, but I'm going to put it over here because then I can set stuff like my fake microphone. If you smell what Rob is streaming. Always have that in. Got our towels in case we spit or splash water on the game. Got our microphone set up, okay? We'll put our microphone here, so let's do a test here. Okay, we got a microphone, got glass cleaners, got something to drink because we get hot, okay? Now we need to get out the gear in case somebody requests wrestlers, right? So I'm gonna go in the attic here, and the first thing I'm gonna pull out, Tubbo stuff, okay? Tubbo stuff. Tubbo stuff has bracelets. It's got jackets. It's got hats. It's got masks. It's got championship belts. It's got more masks. It's got boas. It's got snakes. It's got crowns. It's got gloves. It's got macho hair. It's got more masks. It's got Mr. Sacco, and a few other miscellaneous things in there. Okay. So that's our bag of stuff, okay? That's just part of it. I always have a championship belt out ready to go. Got hats. So I always got to have that available because you just never know, but that's not all. Next, you have to roll out your accessory cart. So you got your Hogan and your Flair and your different wrestlers, your Piper, you know, your DiBiase, Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon. We got some muscles, we got some arm flair and different things. Gotta have that available, correct? Yeah. So we're gonna slide that over here. One more thing you need. You never know when you're going to need an American flag and a 2x4 because you're feeling like doing some hacksaw Jim Duggan. So you always have to have that available, okay? And besides that, we've got, duct tape. You never know. You never know when you rip your championship belt in half and you have to duct tape it back together. And that's top rope pinball. We're going to shut the attic so the cat doesn't get out here. Got all kinds of backup connectors and stuff like that. And so now the final thing you need to do before you start a stream at Top Rope Pinball, you have to figure out what wrestler you're going to do. Okay? And you try not to be repetitive, but there's some you like, there's some you don't, And then you set up and you square it up and you say, okay, you get it ready. And now you have the intro queued up. next thing you need to do is you need to get what you're going to wear for the wrestler stuff. And so I'm going to come on the other side since we're going to go, and we're going to switch and we're going to check real quick. So I've also got this. It's my intro cam. So on my intro cam, I need to reformat this because it was set for Genie. We'll do that pretty quick. And we just kind of have this for funsies, you know, for funsies. That way there's more view of the wrestler that's coming. Let's slide this up. Slide that down. And now, after all that, I've got to go put on my gear and do my intro. So that's what we're going to do. All right? Are you ready to enjoy some top rope pinball? Appreciate you coming on, all 5 of you. Hope you like the intro. I'm going to save that on the Twitch, and I'll highlight it, and we will YouTube it, just so you have an idea of anybody that wants to stream, what it takes to stream, what gear you got, and everything. You'll be able to show somebody. So let me put on my gear, and we will fire this bad boy up. Play some Jurassic Park. Think about some challenges. Say hi in the chat so I can make sure my chat's working. Just say, hey, what's up? Think about what you want to see. I've got one challenge that Carl D'Angelo said, do the Pteranodon attack and try to blow it up for, I think he said 1 trillion? I don't know. That just sounds impossible. But we could try. All right, let me gear up. All right, place your bets. Place your bets. Who do you think I'm going to do? Who do you think I'm going to do for this epic impromptu stream? Who do you think would be best for that? Huh? I know who I'm going to do because I've already got the gear out. And it's an easy one, but it's awesome all at the same time. All right. You want me to do the full intro? The full rap intro? Beatboxing intro? All right, here we go. Wait for it. Welcome to a Sunday morning, actually a Sunday afternoon edition of Top Rope Pinball. This match is scheduled for one fall in the Jurassic Park gameplay and challenges. Our challenger in the corner to my left, weighing in at 250 pounds, no longer 260 pounds because we sold the topper, is none other than one of the best games ever made, Jurassic Park Premium. And the challenger, who needs no true introduction, is none other than Hall of Famer. Woo! I'm high flying, jet flying, Rolex wearing, wheeling and dealing, woman stealing, son of a gun. It's the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. Woo! 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 That's how we do top rope pinball. All right, everybody. Let's play some pinball. What do you think about it? I am not leaving this gear on because it is hot. But we're going to hang it all up back nice and neat in case we need it again. We've been on stream for 40 minutes. We haven't even played a game of pinball yet. But that's pretty cool. Did you see some of the behind the scenes effort that all those streamers out there do to bring you some fun entertainment? But now, let's play So what are we going to try to do first? I think I'm just going to play a game. Let's just try to get the visitor center right off the bat and just see how we do. If you noticed at my video, let's switch over to our mainstream page. We've got some really cool video.
I bring scientists, you bring a rock star.
You bring a rock star.
There it is.
Wait a minute. That's not the fake. That's not the fake actress.
Jurassic Park.
That's really John. That's really Malcolm. That's the real T-Rex. All right, let's do it.